Hello everyone, it's your girl Miss Angie and we are back with another Let's Talk Tuesday. And as you see from the title, we are talking about who am I to judge? Basically, I don't want to spend long on this topic at all, but I feel like it's a very important topic because in our lives and in just life in general, there is always someone who is going to judge. It comes down to judging what you wear, judging how you raise your kids, judging how you operate in church, judging how you are on your job. There's always a place for judgment. And I feel like for me, I can personally say that I was definitely a judgmental person just because of the fact I didn't really know that I was judging. I didn't know that I was really judging people. And of course, like I said, me growing up, and I don't want to always throw that out there, but yes, when you grow up in a Christian background, in a Christian household, you are always showing up as, well, because I'm a Christian, this is how I'm supposed to carry myself. And when I see other people not carrying themselves as how I do, I tend to judge. I was judging like, okay, well, I know that I'm not that bad because I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, we also have to understand that if we're looking at it from the Bible basis, all sin is sin. So no matter what size, no matter what kind, all sin is sin. But we tend to judge. We tend to still judge almost as if, okay, well, I'm from this faith and Christian background, and so therefore I am upholding this certain badge of honor almost. And it's like, no, that's not it. Like, even as Christians, we sin, even with people in different backgrounds, everyone lives their lives differently, and we should not judge because everyone has their own personal journey as far as spiritual and in life. And there's so many different things that people are going through. So I just wanted to put the video out of saying, who am I to judge? Sometimes we need to ask ourselves that question. We need to really sit back and say, who am I to judge? Because I've been through this situation. I've been through that situation. And when you can look inside and say, I am not perfect, but I'm just trying to be better. When you can look at yourself and say, just because the person next to me has been to jail and now I'm supposed to look down on them, like, and what if they're trying to get their life together? Like, what if they're the ones who walk into the church? What if they're the ones who is asking that person for help? Like, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? And I also want to get out of that whole mindset as women, us as women judging other women. We are so hard on each other. Like, we are so harsh on each other and that was the thing for me. Like, I'm not going to lie. I was in that whole mindset of, I feel like definitely women have to or should carry themselves in a certain light. I do feel like that for women. I feel like there is a certain light for you as a woman to carry yourself. Now, however you see that being for you, that is for you. But I know quickly, your head jumps in because for me, of course, my dress style was totally like tomboy, laid back, chill vibes, You would really barely catch me in a dress or a skirt back then or whatever the case may be. So now, I'm definitely, getting into, of course, more colors, dresses, skirts, stuff like that. It's not a everyday occasion, but of course, just kind of getting into the bag of, okay, let me try to, dress up every now and then, whether it's for church or whether it's for going out. But at the end of the day, your girl still got to keep her gym shoes because I love my gym shoes and some comfortable joggers. But, we look at women off of what they wear and we judge it. And we look at women for how they take care of their kids, and we judge that. We look at women for just a representation of how they should carry themselves. We do judge that. Now, there's a way of saying, that lifestyle isn't for me, but for us to constantly bash and put down a woman for what she is doing, I feel like that's just not our place to judge. We have a right to have an opinion towards it, but constantly bashing and going back and forth and just saying, oh, I can't believe that she is. And I was there. I was doing that, and I feel like we have to stay focused on what we're doing. We have to stay focused on our journey. We have to stay focused on the things that we are working on. If we stay focused on us, then we have no time to judge others, because we have to remember no one is perfect. But because we feel like we have some form of right to say, and we do have a form of a place to have an opinion, but we are so quick to just be like, I don't like how she decided she was going to come into church like that. Or I don't like how she decided that she was going to wear that to work. I've been there. I've said those things, because my mindset at the moment, So I just want us to be mindful, especially in the world that we live in, not to be so harsh on people, not to be so judgmental. Like, who are we to judge? I want us to try that this week. When we feel like we want to fix our mouth to say something that we know would be judgmental, I think we need to sit with ourselves and say, who am I to judge? Because no matter what, every situation and spot in life, we've all been there. And it may not have been as worse as the next person, but we just have to start having that kind heart to other people and having that understanding. Not saying that you have to agree with what people are doing, but at the end of the day, we judge so harsh that some people don't want to ask for help. We judge so harsh that some people feel like, why would I sit up there and disclose how I feel when I'm just going to be judged? And if we also go into a lot of young girls who might be 16 and 17, and they might have dealt with early pregnancy. And we definitely judge them for the situation that we've been in. We don't never want to look into the details. We just automatically think, oh, she was fast, and even though those cases could be true, she could have been with her boyfriend. She could have been with somebody in that moment. We don't want our young girls to have babies that young, not at all. But my thing is, if a young girl knows that she's going to be judged for having a baby at 16, she may not disclose that she's pregnant, even if she found out at 16, because she doesn't want her family to judge her. She doesn't want people to think that she is now the black sheep of the family. And I know a lot of young women can relate to this. Same thing with men. We judge men off of the kind of car that they drive, what kind of job that they have, what are they wearing. And I feel like we need to also, yes, we want a man to have good presentation. And when it comes to men and their own personal, like, of course we know that we see men have their own personal thing. Like, a dude could stand out there, maybe be outside of the club or outside of the store and see my man's pull up, and depending on what kind of car he drives, there's going to be judgment towards that. They're going to think that he has money, because it could be good and bad judgment, but they're going to think that he has money. Or they're going to, depending on what he's wearing, he think he's trying to show off. There's so many different levels to it. But my thing is, when we actually sit up there and say, let's not judge the people for what they have on, what they drive, what job, like, I get it. We all want somebody who has a good, stable job. Nothing wrong with that. But we put so much emphasis on it to be able to just shut down somebody for the job that they work. And the guy could be a good guy. He could be caring. He could be loving his family. He just may not have the job that he wants at the moment. Or he could be saying, hey, this is my part-time job. I work another job and I'm trying to go to school. Like, that is okay. So I can see you trying. At least you're trying. But we're so quick to harshly judge people. And so I just wanted to make this quick video just reminding us when we feel like we want to judge others, we just say, who am I to judge? And like I said, all honesty right here, I have been that person to judge people and judge people's circumstances and try to figure out, well, how and why it doesn't make sense to me. It's not supposed to always make sense. You can always give your opinion to people. You can always show some form of care to a situation. But when we start to judge, it's like we really can't judge because all of us, me including, have all been in a situation that wasn't the best. We've all been in situations that people could really look at and be like, that's a little questionable. Like, we've all been there. So I want us to be mindful this week that when we feel like we want to judge, just say to yourself, who am I to judge? Like, who am I to judge? Everyone is entitled to live their lives, and everyone is going to continue to live their lives because a lot of times, like, that's just the world that we live in. And it's not saying stop giving your opinion or good advice to help people. But a lot of times, once you give your advice a few times and people decide to continue to do what they have to do, then they have to go and learn from their mistakes or learn that this situation works better for me. And it's just how life is. So anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel, and I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.